I need to say this. Let me just say it straight out the way. I am no longer married, and I'm divorced.
He ain't lying.
This is not what this video is about, but there's something that you guys need to know. When I met this woman, and I told her about my YuGiOh stuff, she hated it.
What did he say?
She hated it.
Say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
She didn't like it. She said that, hey, you could do something better with your life.
What do you mean by that?
You should go back to school. So you know what I did back in 2016, 17, 16? I said, you know what? Maybe she's right.
Come on now, dawg. Come on, man.
It's time to
divorce. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another one. Hit that like, subscribe, tickle that notification bell. That will let you know every time I upload content. You know what we're gonna do.
Yep.
Roll that clip.
And you know what I did? I sold all my equipment. I sold my YouTube channel. I sold all my camera stuff. I'm like, you know what? Maybe it is time to move on. Maybe it's time for me to do something better with my life. Not knowing that at that time, what I had was very special. At that time, something that I chose to do, YouTube, I had something going on. Even though I had some drama and stuff going on before and I shut down my channel a few times, I had something that I completely gave up. I gave it up because someone said, hey, you know what? Maybe it is time to move on. You got to do something better with your life. There's got to be something more for your life. And I sold all my stuff for a woman. And she's no longer here. And this problem persists. She told me at that time, hey, you want to meet my mother? You need a car. Because I didn't have a car at the time. I was doing YouTube. I was working from home. I didn't need to drive anywhere. Yes, YouTube is what I did for a living. It's how I paid my bills. And I was street performing also. How did I street perform? I just catch the bus 20 minutes down the street, played my horn, went home. I never needed a car. But when I met this woman, you have to go back to school. You have to exercise. You have to get your degree. You have to do something better with your life. Even though I explained to her, this is what I chose to do. A woman comes in your life and try to tell you the plan that you chose for your life is wrong.
The first mistake is that you never give up a passion, a hobby, a like, a desire for anyone, including a woman. You just don't do that. If a woman says you have to give up gaming to be with her, you need to get rid of her. If a woman says you need to get rid of YuGiOh to be with her, you need to get rid of her. Because what right does any woman have to come into your life and delegate how she wants you to live? Make money, eat, survive. If she doesn't like it, tough luck. On the flip side, I can see if the man in question was playing YuGiOh and not handling his responsibilities, which would indeed be a cause of concern. But as we go through the video, you will understand that this woman just didn't like what he was doing. And a lot of people would say, well, if she really liked the man, she wouldn't have changed him. You're exactly right. Somebody who genuinely likes you for who you are is not going to change you. They will accept you exactly as you are.
And out of love, I choose to say, you know what? Maybe she's right. And I took a chance. I took a chance. I said, you know what? I'm gonna give this up completely. Like for good.
No. No! No!
Sold the channel to Jobber. Sold all my stuff. Tried to go back to school multiple times. There's some, I don't want to say that I can't finish school, but it certainly feels like I can't. I don't know what it is. And every time I talk to people, they just think that everything I say is just an excuse. You are a grown man. You are an adult. You can do it. It's like no one can see it from my perspective. It's like I am always wrong. When I study, what I do? I fall asleep. What do they say? Hey, you're lazy. You're procrastinating. You're choosing not to do this. And I'm like, that's got to be something wrong with me. When it comes to school, studying, and staying on task and staying focused, I just can't do it. And I try, and I go back to school, and I pay all this money, and I pay all this money, and I pay all this money, and I fail, and I fail, and I fail, and I fail.
And I agree, not everybody can go to school. Not everybody likes school. Not everybody needs school. Not everybody desires school. School forces you to adopt principles and guidelines based on your professor or the learning institution. And I understand not a lot of people can sit down, study for hours just to pass a test, just to go through school. And I understand that, and you shouldn't be faulted for that.
Music has always been there for me, and I've always been great at it. People say that, hey, they try to test me. They say, hey, you know music, right? You know this person? No. You know this person? No. You know this person? No. Well, how are you a musician? I also get people say to me, hey, what key is this in? I say, I don't know. Like, well, they say, well, how are you playing? How are you a musician? How do you play so well? I am not the type of person who is book smart or knowledgeable. I don't know things, but I know how to do things. I know how to do things physically in a creative way. I'm not a type of person who retains things and hold on to things, who can read a book and then take a test, pass it, and go on. That's not me. I am a creative-minded person. Anything that involves creativity, I can do, at least to some degree, where people are like, wow, you do it so well. You ever thought about going to school? No, I tried. It doesn't work. So, this is all tying together. I met the parents. They asked me, hey, what do you do for a living? I had to tell them I am a musician. I couldn't tell them I was a street musician. I am a musician. Then they said, hey, you have a degree? I said, I don't have a degree. My ex-wife parents did not speak to me for 2 years and told her not to marry me because I don't have a degree. What sense does that make? So I give up this YouTube thing. I give up my entrepreneurial things. I try to do something that's not innately a part of my strengths at all because I'm thinking I'm in love to do something for somebody, to prove something.
So first off, there are a lot of musicians out there that can play by ear. I'm actually one of them. I can hear a song, grab a keyboard or a MIDI controller, and play by ear. I understand I can't read sheet music. I've tried. But if I listen to a song, I can play it. That's the same thing that he is capable of doing. I can guarantee you if you play a song, he can replay it and not be able to read sheet music. because that's what creative minds do. Creative minds are able to create because we just have that knack for creativity. And people don't understand. People don't understand creativity. Women may not understand creativity. And this woman seems like she's not living for herself, she's living for her parents. And see, a lot of women fall into that category is they either don't have a parent or they are living for their parents. And as a woman, you should take the guidance of your parents, but ultimately the decision of love is on you. And especially when you see a guy who's making a living, being about his business, running a YouTube channel, making clicks and views, and he has lots of support. You have to understand YouTube is for creative people. And this woman was just so stuck up and so full of herself that she basically wore the pants in that relationship. And my cautionary tale to men is that you never, ever, ever want a woman to have that much power over you to where you're giving up things that you like, people that you are friends with, giving up anything for a woman.
And this continues on through the marriage. She says, hey, you need to find a hobby. I'm like, oh, let me play YuGiOh again. So last December, last year, I start my channel up again. I buy my channel back from Java. Like, oh, she gave me the okay to go into a hobby. You know what she said? You're spending too much time playing those cards. It's either the cards or me.
It's time to
Divorce.
She literally said that. I'm like, you just said I need a hobby. I get into a hobby, and now you said I'm doing it too much. What is it? What do I do? She says, why are you into those cards so much? I said, hey, I need to make a video about something. And I haven't played this card game for 2 years, on and off. How can I make a video for my subscribers about something I have no knowledge of? And I try to explain it to her, but she don't get it. She thinks it's just cards you pick up and you just play like Uno. It's not that way. Every 3 months, a new set come out, new stuff come out. I can't make a video about something if I don't know what it's about. I can't start my channel back up and just start making videos. I have to be in it. I have to learn about it and learn what's going on. So she hated those cards. She literally cried because of those cards. And people say, hey, priorities, man. It's your wife, or, you know, you got to do what you got to do. But then I'll be back at that point where I'm giving up things that I like, things that's a part of my life for someone else to feel happy. And I feel miserable in the process. I'm sitting there watching all these YouTubers come out and make videos and do all this stuff. They're traveling. I'm like, that's what I used to do. I love that. I miss that. Why can't she come along with my journey instead of scrutinizing me?
So this woman gave him a decision on if it's going to be the cards or me. I would have said,
It's time to
divorce, because you're not going to make me choose between a card game that I love to play just to be with you. Now, how about we make a compromise? Why don't you take the time to learn about what it is that I'm doing?
Yep.
We're in a relationship, right? So you should at least have a little bit of interest in what I'm doing. Then maybe you'll understand. But then the issue is she's so far up her parents' rear end that she probably didn't want to go back to her parents and say, well, you know what, I gave the YuGiOh thing a try and it's really not that bad. Like, he has a YouTube channel, and that's what a good woman should have done. A good woman should have seen this man, seen what he's doing, and when her parents wanted to take a load of crap on his dreams and what he's doing, a real woman that really likes you will stand up to her parents. And then her parents would have to apologize to the man. That's what should have happened. But as we can see, that's not what happened.
And then that's money gone from me. It's not about the money, but that was money gone from me. Then street performing. I said to her, hey, I don't want to move away from Baltimore. You may be thinking, why? That's where my home base is. My gigs, my performances, everything. Keep in mind, I didn't have a job. Like, when I say I don't have a job, like a real job. A real job is, going in 9 to 5. I didn't have a real job for over 10 years. It was YouTube and playing my horn. That's how I paid all my bills. So when we got married and we moved out to Baltimore to somewhere else that I didn't want to be, she said, hey, how come you're not paying the bills? And I was like, what? I have a job. I have a 9 to 5 job. I don't make enough from this 9 to 5 job to pay all these bills. Before then, I could street performing in YouTube. I made enough money off of that to pay the bills. Now I'm working 9 to 5 all day long, and that's not a complaint because there are people who do that. But I had something that most people wish they had. Most people wish they can go out, make some money, pay their bills, and have all day off. That was a gift. That was something that I had. Now, you can take this video as me complaining, crying, I messed up. It is all of that. It is true. I am complaining. I am hurt. I made some mistakes. I did some dumb things. And you're right. It is my fault. I chose to sell my channel. I chose to give up this thing, not realizing, say, you know what? This is my YouTube channel. This is my life. You can't come into my life and dictate to me and tell me what's better for me because you don't see it from my perspective.
And I believe the moral of the story is this. Kudos to our brother for also taking accountability. Now, the woman also needs to take accountability because if you wanted this man to give up his life to be with you, you should have left him alone. At the same time, as a man, nobody put a gun to your head and said, give up your YouTube channel, give up your YuGiOh cards, give up being a musician. You did it for this woman in hopes that you could have something with her, that you could have something with her. But at the same time, both people need to take accountability, not just him, her too. And again, we always talk about this on this channel, and we always will. Women need to take accountability because she knew what type of man he was before he and her got married. She just thought, well, let me marry this guy and then I can make him do whatever I want to do. He deserved so much better than what this woman was able to provide or what she was going to do. So, fellas, at the end of the day, shout out to this brother. The link to his channel is going to be down in the description. Go to his channel, give him a follow, tell him I sent you. But this brother needs all of our support and comments of appreciation and admiration. And also check out his channel, because he has a lot of good videos. And shout out to the DMV. I know he is from Baltimore. I'm from the DMV. Anyway, y'all, that's been it for today's video. Don't forget, hit that like, subscribe, tickle that notification bell that will let you know every time I upload content. And until the next one, peace.
You stupid. You stupid.